video. If you guys are new, welcome. If not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone's hello Dashie. Hello Dashie. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that thanks button down below. Super chats as well. I am not wearing my sleeping hat. Ah, there we go. Much better. So today, a little bit of news. I'll get into some broader market things before I get into the OMI and the Veve and then the land stuff. We did just have CZ Binance. Let's see where he had just mentioned that he is going to dump. Oh God, where'd it go? I'm so sorry. I swear I'm usually more prepared than this, but this like straight up just happened. We have CZ Binance. All right, so be advised, FTX hourly withdrawals for Ethereum just hit an all-time high. FTX stablecoin reserve just reached a year low, 51 million as of now, which is negative 93% over the last 2 weeks. And you do have, where the fudge did it go? Oh yes, here it is. Binance CEO says the company will liquidate its $500 million FTX position because they won't support people who lobby against other industry players behind their backs. We have Binance CZ saying liquidating our FTT is just post-exit risk management, learning from Luna. We gave support before, but we won't pretend to make love after divorce. We're not against anyone, but we won't support people who lobby against other industry players behind their backs. Onwards. I do like FTX. I guess the CEO was trying to lobby certain places and get on certain boards, whatever, and can FTX go under? I mean, that's one of the big ones. I mean, if you want to get on a listing, if you want to get on an exchange, you want Coinbase and Binance and FTX. And I mean, obviously you want KuCoin, you want Kraken, you want Crypto.com, you want all that. But you know, this is a major one, and you know, there's some fear in the markets right now. Now, for me, I never keep anything on exchanges. If I do, it's for a very, very, very short amount of time, and it's usually not a lot. It's just trust wallets for me. Some people can do ledgers, you know, that's fine. But yeah, it's not a. I would never keep anything for a long amount of time or a large amount of money on an exchange. That's just me. Anyway, we're gonna get to the OMI news here. So just a quick little lesson on that. We were down about 0.2% today, which is pretty much flat, not really anything. We did not outperform Bitcoin. Bitcoin was down 0.03% today. And then Ethereum is actually up 0.3% today. There were no markets today. That'll start commencing tomorrow, so that'll be pretty interesting. Also, I forgot to say this. Oh God. There is a... I don't know why my channel is doing this. It's not letting me go into my channel or watch any of the videos, lives. Okay, here it is. I guess YouTube's been updating recently. Anyway, if y'all could smash that like button right there, be a free way to help support the channel. That'd be great. And we did have $1.4 million in volume today. Obviously, you know, 3x of where we were last week, but not as much as the 2.3 million we've had the last couple of days. On to the news. All right, let's see what we got. Yeah, we got a lot to go over. I don't know if I want to go with that one. You know, we'll start with the yearly staking rewards, saying that we have the... You don't have to be... I've seen a lot of people go up and say, oh, yeah, only the rich get richer, and land is only for rich people. Guys, you have well over a year, and possibly even 2 years, before you're able to go and redeem that golden ticket for land. Why? Because most likely we will not start staking until minimum Q2, but probably Q3 of next year. And you know, you have 5 seasons. The 5th season of staking, you know, 1 season is equal to 1 quarter. That 5th season of staking is when you're able to redeem your golden ticket, and you're able to redeem that for land. Now, you do not need to be tier 5 to do this. If you are staking tier 5, $40,000, you know, or more, yeah, you'll probably you'll get 2 tickets, I believe. And then actually, I think you'll get a 3rd one, because anyone who stakes for a year or more, regardless of tier they're in, they do get a gold ticket. So you can be tier 1. You know, like I said in a video the other day, if you have $500 right now worth of OMI, that's probably going to be $2,500 by next year by the time the first part of staking comes out. And then if you hodl that for a year, then you get that full thing. So here's what I'm thinking with this. Reese had said there's going to be land available for purchase before we're able to go and get those and redeem those those tickets for land. 2,500 is not a lot of money. I mean, I get it. You're working paycheck to paycheck, and you don't have a lot. Sure, but that is a mortgage payment. But you do have a year to go and get that. How much is that? That is $250. You know, let's say that is $212 a month. What was 2,500 divided by 12? Let's do the math here. $208.33 a month. Let's just say $210. Round it up. An extra $210 a month. That is not. Let's say 4 weeks. You know, that's $52.5. $52.50 every single week that you'd have to save up. Which, okay, all right. You know, I understand that's an extra $50 a week is a little much. But again, that's assuming you have nothing right now, and that's assuming you have a. I'll get some color on my white wall eventually. That's assuming you have nothing right now, and that's assuming the OMI that you buy currently or over the next couple of over the next couple of weeks will not go up. So assuming, let's say you buy 250 or 210. You'd say do this for 1 month. Let's say OMI's down here for 1 month. You're able to buy $210 worth of OMI. I mean, if we only do a 5x, okay, let's just say $1,000. So you would actually only need to do an extra $1,500 instead of that, because you're having $1,000 instead of the $2,500. So what's that difference? $1,500 in 1 year. That's not that hard to do. It's pretty easy. And again, if you buy, let's say another $200, the month after, and it only does, let's say, a doubling after that. Okay, well now you're up to $1,400. I mean, this is, and again, this is if you really want the land. I mean, people can do that, and they could buy the collectibles that they really like. They could, get into other investments. What do they want to save for a house? Whatever it is. I think it's going to be very easy to do that. And I think we're going to have probably thousands of people. So if land is going to be available for grabs beforehand, and David and Dan both said that the VVeiverse will not be infinite. Let's just say it's, 10,000 plots of land is nothing. I would gather that is probably 100,000 plots of land. And why I say this is because like I said, you're going to have probably 5,000, let's just say 10,000 people. 10,000 people that are staking at least $2,500 of that OMI token for that full year, which is a ton. Let's do the math on that real quick. In which case, we're not doing a 5x, we're doing a lot more than that. So $2,500 times 10,000 people. That is $25 million worth of OMI. So divide that by 0.0017. That is 14.7 billion OMI that would be locked up just from those peeps. Now for me, I'm going to be staking that, $40,000 worth of OMI. And 14.7 billion is a lot of OMI being locked up, and that'll make the price go up a ton. And because there's a difference between adjustment periods and being able to unstake your tokens. For example, if you start in, let's say, June, you have June, July, and August, or I'm sorry, July, August, September. That's one quarter. That's one season. If you want to unstake, you can unstake for free at the end of September. You have the last 10 days of September, the 22nd to the 31st, 30 days. The 21st to the 30th. You have those 10 days you can unstake for free. But if you're staking, let's say at that time you stake $2,500 worth, and again, you have to stake for a year, you can only unstake, you can't readjust. If OMI in that time, let's say, doubles, and you have $5,000, yeah, if you wanted, you could move up to that next tier. You could move up to that tier 2. But you are not allowed to take half the OMI out. So again, if you put in $2,500 in July of next year, let's say that's season 1 of staking. At the end of the month, you could unstake, and take out all of it, or you could not. You could just let it ride. But if that doubles and suddenly you have $5,000, you cannot take out half. Staking means it's locked up. So if you have that, you cannot take out half. So be advised that people that are putting in that $2,500 worth of OMI staking that first season 1, and they hold that a full year, you're going to be, and towards the end, the latter half of 2024, after that next Bitcoin halving, it's very possible it does a like a 4x from that point. Let's say at this time next year, in Q3, well, we're in Q4 now, but let's say in Q3 of next year, OMI's at over a penny. And then let's say that, let's say it's 1.5 cents. I think that by Q3 of 2024, you're at over 3 cents. And that doubling will make you go and say, okay, we don't just have 10,000 people staking $2,500 worth. We have 10,000 people staking $5,000 worth. So what is that? There's too many zeros here. I'm confused. I'm confuzzled. So that's $50 million worth of me. And divided at that time by 0.00 or 0.03, because let's say 3 cents, that is 1.6 billion OMI that is staked. That is a lot. So if you have, actually, I did that wrong, because it would still be, actually it'd be 29 billion at that time. $29 billion worth of OMI. Because again, at that time, OMI will have gone from 0.0017 to 0.003. So even though the amount of OMI stays the same, the amount that it's worth goes up a ton. So this is all to say that 10,000 people are going to get at least one gold ticket. And I would say you're going to have dozens of whales that are going to be staking tier 5, tier 4, tier 3, tier 2. But let's just say 10,000. If you have land of 100,000 plots of land, which if we're going to have millions of people, 100,000 plots of land is nothing. That land would either have to be super small, but it has to be big enough to have, a house, or at least a house to, a showroom. And you probably wouldn't be able to build wide. You'd probably only be able to build up. So at that time, if we are sold out of land, and the only land that you could get, you either have to buy from the secondary, and this way it's, kind of tainted land, or you could get those gold tickets. Those gold tickets are probably going to be going for a decent amount. Now, what did Bored Ape Yacht Club do? Or I think, was it Virtua? In Cardano, I think they did like $70-something million worth of land. So let's just say we can do 100 million. So let us do 100,000. I mean, $1,000 for land that's a lot. $1,000 for a piece of land, that's a lot. Not everyone can do that. That is 40% of the amount that you would need to stake. So, but at the same time, for that land sale, Reese did mention that they would have different estates, at least for Akomi and Veve. So if you have different estates for Akomi and Veve, there's probably, similar to Earth 2, a tier 1, a tier 2, a tier 3, and a class 1, class 2, class 3, so on and so forth. So maybe you would have 30% of them at, you might even have a couple of super ultra mega pieces of land go for like $5,000. Hey, Omi Child, thank you so much for the super chat. $1.99 with that heart. I heart you as well. So I would, and again, this is just the initial land sale. Obviously, when you have something like, let's say, I think the Aston Martin was $1,000, right? But we had Secret Rare Spider. We had a bunch of things that were $400, and it's just one thing that you can. Let's go with Secret Rare Spider-Man. One of the most amazing collectible things. Now, land is not collectible. I mean, it can in that it's finite, and that they're only going to make so much of it. But Secret Rare Spider-Man is a flex, and it's obviously one of the most popular characters in the world, but you can't really do much with. I mean, you can go and take pictures of an AR. It is a absolute party flex. It's a cool party trick. It's like having a Tesla. Oh, look, it drives itself. Like cool party trick. But land that you can put your Secret Rare Spider-Man on, and you could put your Miles Morales on, and you could put all these amazing characters on, like Black Panther. I don't have any of these guys, by the way. You can. That just gives it a lot more utility in general. Unbeknownst to any of us, where there might be mini games that could go through your land, and if you're in a place in BV City or a Comey City or Comey Land, wherever it is, and it happens to be a really large place that people go, you're gonna get a lot of foot traffic. Now, if I had 10,000 people passing by my land each day, I mean, that's more than I get on YouTube. I rented out my fridge. I rented out my freezer. I'm going to rent out that soon. How much could you charge to put a billboard there where 10,000 people go every day? If you're next to like a race car stadium, or you're like, let's say it's not even a stadium. Let's say there's a giant track where people go to. Let's say there's a gaming world and a non-gaming world where you don't want your flowers on your, let's say you plant one of those English flowers they had for the Ukraine crisis things. And they get messed up every time a DeLorean drives up over them, and they come back afterwards. But let's say if you're not in the gaming world, you don't have to do that. I think some of this land could be well over $1,000. It could be $5,000. Someone just said before, Axie Infinity Land goes for like 8K. Maxwell, the $5 super chat, thank you so much. Saying beer money, just between us, is Mitch really taps? No, Mitch is not really taps. Mitch is someone completely different. Taps you can ask him yourself. Taps will be on my stream and videos throughout part of next week. Obviously we have this week to go through. Kind of boring. There's a lot of stuff. Veterans Day this week. I'm gonna get so fat. I'm already kind of fat. But I will be rooming with Taps. Taps will be back together again. I can't wait to see him. Give him a big old man hug. But basically this goes to say that I think that there are some pieces of land that can go for thousands of dollars at retail. At the store, you buy it. And there's going to be some that are $1,000, maybe some that's $500. There could be something out in the middle of nowhere that's $100. I don't know if there'd be a blind box for it. Because I feel like a lot of people would get pissed if say you charge me $1,000 for land, but most of the land is actually only going to retail on the secondary for $500. But you have that chance to get something that's really awesome, like the super cool land, which is worth tens of thousands of dollars. That's right in the heart of Veve and Comey City, whatever they decide to call it. Which, if they decide to say, hey, 10% of the remaining 10,000 plots of land are going to be those really cool places, so 1,000 places that are really cool, or I think people will buy those golden tickets, like myself, just at the chance to gamble and maybe get one of those spots. Even though most likely you're probably going to get a class 2 or tier 3 or whatever type of land that they come out with. I think this is really, really tricky, and I'm not sure they have, Veve and Comey had really recognized that they did, I think, an amazing job on the OUP, the OUP utility program, but that does come with the consequence of having a ton of people being able to stake. And with a ton of people being able to stake, you're going to have to give out. Like they already said, hey, those golden tickets are going to be redeemable for land. So unless they have, let's say, 200,000 plots of land, even if they had 100,000 plots, if they save 10% of that, you need to say. I don't think you're going to have 100,000 people staking, but it's very possible for you to have 10,000 people staking. Easy, like easy. Um, that's just in tier one, not including the rest of the tiers, not including the people that can, like me, that could, if they wanted to, go and take my two friends in the room across the hall and be like, hey guys, you're gonna KYC your stuff, and I'm gonna put $40,000 worth of OMI in your staking wallets, whatever we get those, and then I get two golden tickets, they get two golden tickets each. So and suddenly I take their tickets. I have 6 golden tickets. It's like, okay, give me your land and then transfer it over to me, and then I'll give you $50 or $100. I don't know. Like they'll do it. They're my friends. So you have people like that can do that an infinite amount of times, as long as they have family members that don't get what they do, and you give them $50 or $100, they can do that all day. Dr. Prophet could do that with 100 different people, with 1,000 different people. Anyone that has hundreds of millions of OMI can and will do that. Why? Because because it's it's free money that you're going to get. So this is going to get really tricky. And so in order to fulfill, the 10, 20,000 people that are going to stake, you're going to have to make a couple hundred, at least 100, but probably 150 or 200,000 plots of land. So they could potentially make, and we could potentially burn a ton of OMI with this. I don't exactly know how they're going to do it. Because, they probably do want to raise a little bit of money, and they could do that with a land sale. But at the end of the day, what's worth more to them? The $50 million that they could make in the land sale, if they split it, or having $50 million worth of OMI being burned and 50 million, generating revenue go into their pocket, and then I guess the fees go to burning OMI, or have $100 million worth of, oh God, that's so much. God, that's so much. And again, this is all before the VVeiverse demo. That's going to be absolutely wild. This price is going to shoot up. But I might have to change my prediction, because I was not thinking of this the other day. For those of you that missed it, my base case was like 20 cents, for 2025, and my bull case was like 35 to 50 cents. That was not my golden goose egg case. My golden goose egg, where everything hits right, no delays, everything hits perfectly, and it's a bit higher than that. But my bull case is 35 to 50 cents. But I wasn't really recognizing the land sale and what that could do in 2023, 2024. We'll probably get land sale maybe end of next year, and then they won't have any land sales for a while, unless they open it up a little bit more. If someone like, say, Kripkins, they say like, hey, we're going to have land in there, and you can only go and get a piece of land if you have the whole set, or something like that. And suddenly Kripkins go to the moon. That'd be wild. And you could do that with someone with DesignerCon. You could have some of the people from design, like Mumbot. Mumbot's got a lot of her own stuff. If she comes out and she says, hey, my metaverse is going to be part of the VVeiverse, and the only way you could do this really cool stuff is if you have my set, or if you have one of my, then that makes it go to the moon. And things are going to go to the moon anyway in the next month or so. When you have crypto pay-in, a lot of collectibles are going to go up like a mother flapper. Yeah. So those golden tickets, if people really want to gamble, those could possibly go for thousands of dollars. More, it's very possible that taking $2,500, putting it into OMI, having that, staying it for a year, what do you get from that? Well, one, you're probably going to walk away, even if there was no golden ticket. Once you unstake that, you're probably going to have $5,000, because it's probably going to double. But at the end of that, even if you didn't get that golden ticket that you get is probably going to give you as much, if not more, of the same value. You're probably going to walk away. You put in $2,500 to stake. Let's say OMI only doubles, so you have $5,000 worth of OMI, so you gain 100% there, and then that ticket's probably going to be worth another couple thousand dollars, because that has the potential to get you land that might be worth multiple thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars. That's gonna be wild. Anyway, I'm gonna get to comments here. Craig Lohman says, do you think the OMI I put in my Veve account will automatically go to staking? No, what they're gonna do, I'll see if I have the picture of it. I'm sure I do. It's just gonna take a little while. Yeah. So you're gonna have your user only wallet. I'm pretty sure that's what we have now. The user only wallet. Let me go and make this little. Yeah, there we go. And through that, you're gonna have a spot wallet and then a OMI staking wallet. Now the OUP staking wallet, once you put it in there, that is locked up for at least 2.5 months. Almost 3 months. But if you can put it in for a year, whatever. You can take it out whenever you want. You're just gonna have to pay a 10% fee. So if you put in, $2,500 in there, and you're just like, I need to take it out because I have this, I lost my job. Okay, you can take it out. You're just gonna have to pay 10%, and that 10% does not go to Akomi. It doesn't go to Veve. That just gets burned. So that's really really exciting because I'm not worried about stuff like that, and I'm not even worried about. I think the most likely scenario is people going in and saying, yeah, I'm gonna put in $10,000 worth, staking tier three, $10,000 worth of OMI in there, and then suddenly it becomes $40,000. Well, at that point, you might as well just stake it tier five. Um, but they might just say like, oh, I just 4x my money. Now I have $40,000 worth. Let me unstake that. All I have to pay is $4,000. I'm still up $26,000 because it went from 10,000 to 40,000. You pay that 10%, so you take out the 4,000. Now you have $36,000 worth. So you have an extra 20. So that's really what I think is going to happen. Is people are going to go and they're going to FOMO in, and they're going to put in $10,000, whatever they put. It does a 4x, whatever. They say, oh, great. I don't mind paying that 10% because that is peanuts compared to what I'm getting. And they're going to go put a down payment on the house. They're going to go pay for an insane ring for their girlfriend. They're going to go buy a car. People go insane when you have this type of money. And when you have that type of money, I cannot stress this enough. There is going to be, I will say this like sound like a broken record. Be careful. There are many people here that maybe have a couple $1,000s worth of OMI, or even 10,000, 5 figures worth of OMI. At some point, you will have 6 figures. If you have $10,000 worth of OMI right now, you will have 6 figures. And if you only have $10,000 worth of OMI, you probably have never had 6 figures. That opens doors it opens all the doors that you want. And also some that you might think you want, but are not really good. They're not really healthy. And it can get very, very dangerous. And you can, I really like. We need to put like a class together for that. But yeah, that's generally what you have. You have your user wallet, which we have right now. The OMI staking wallet will be different, and then the spot wallet will be different. So the spot wallet will go. I think that's going to be one for the app because you're going to use that for peer to peer. So you're going to be able to use that in. I don't know if it's just the web app or if it's going to be on the app in general, but you're going to use that to do stuff peer to peer. You're going to use that for OMI to gem. So you're going to be able to put that in there. It'd have to be layer 2 because you can use it. It's interchangeable with the OMI user wallet. So that's probably going to be really simple for the user OMI wallet and the OUP spot wallet. Those be like, all right, transfer one from there to there. And layer 2, and then you could buy some gems with that. Yeah. If you have anything in the Veve app right now, and suddenly the price triples, they're like, oh, and then you could buy gems. If you have $10,000 in there and then you have $30,000, oh, I could spend $5,000 worth of gems, worth of OMI on gems, and it doesn't matter. I would have still 2.5x my money at that point. Guarantee you that's what people do. Guarantee you a ton of OMI to gem is used. That is going to be utilized like a mother flapper. Y'all don't even know. Legacy Bermuda says, let's go, fam. Let's go, Legacy. Daniel Marquez's comment. Hi, Randy Z. Meow, meow. Vivi Funds says, what's up, Randy? What's better, one account with $10,000 of OMI, or my wife and I, 2 accounts with 5,000 each, will be long-term hodl? Let me take a quick swig of that. Oh, protein shakes are so good. I mean, if it's separate, $5,000 right now, you're already at tier 2. By the time staking happens next year, you'll probably be at least tier 4. because it only would only have to do a 4 hex. By the time, yeah. So that's fine. You'd be not even at 0.008 at that point. Yeah. Um, I would say it's probably better for you to have it in one account each, um, just because diversifies a little bit, and you'll probably get to that higher staking tier anyway at some point. Yeah. Lord of the Realms. Hey Randy, let's get the spread. Let's go, dude. I love this game. Lord of the Realms, the VVeiverse land is going to change the game. I'm grabbing as much OMI as possible so I can get tier 5, staking to guarantee securing a plot. Again, you only need tier 1, but you would only get 1 ticket. Tier 5, I think you'll get 3 tickets. You get, I think, 2 tickets in general, for each quarter, and then you'll get one for staking that full year. But good, yeah, VVeiverse is going to be bomb. What says, what makes the VVeiverse land will get expensive when Spatial offers free land? Because Spatial is fun, and it's cool, but they don't have legs, and they don't have... There's a book called The Art of the Deal by Trump, and I forget what hotel he was like working against. Let's say it was like, I don't know, like the Marriott. I forget which one it was. But he goes and he says, well, we had the same prices for a little bit. We were both 4 or 5 star hotels, the highest tier of hotels that you can get, and they lowered their prices. Now, other people might say, well, you got to compete with them. You got to lower your prices. And I told my people, whatever, CTO managers, I said, no. They are telling people that their hotel's not as good as mine. They're telling people that they do not offer what I offer. When I had a buddy of mine that sold cable. It would go back and forth between like Cablevision, Verizon, whatever. When you're dealing with rich people, the price might not really matter. What do you get for your money? You talk about the packages. You talk about all the things that you get. If you are talking to somebody that are pinching their pennies, you say, yeah, we're the cheapest, and whatever. But if you're talking to like rich people, they just want the best bang for their buck. And how you do that is you say, this is what we offer. And basically what Trump said in his book is like, if you are going and you are not the most expensive, you are giving off the air that you are not as good as the competition. I have nothing against Spatial. I think Spatial is fun. It's pretty cool what you can do there. But I will say this. I'll say this. If the VVeiverse looks as good as Spatial, I will be happy. But Spatial and the VVeiverse, like you can kind of do whatever you want in Spatial, but in the VVeiverse, like that's real. Like that is stuff like NFTs, the representation of NFTs, representation of what you have that is confirmed on the blockchain. Yeah, you could be Spider-Man, or you could be Thanos, you could be Goku, you could be whoever in Fortnite. It's not an NFT, you just have a skin. You just pay a certain amount of money for something you don't technically own, for a skin. In the VVeiverse, if you have something like that says, hey, maybe you don't get to use your secret rare Spider-Man 1-for-1, like exactly, but the only way to get that secret Spider-Man avatar is by having one. If you have one, it unlocks it. I don't know if that's the way it's going to work. It's just different. I'm trying to think of a good scenario. It is gold standard whey protein versus a crappy knockoff from like Walmart. I don't know. It's and I'm not trying to talk crap on Spatial. That if the graphics, if the VVeiverse graphics look as good as Spatial, I will be happy, because of what you're going to be able to do with the VVeiverse. It's going to be insane. And again, that's value is perceived. It is, why did everyone in Harry Potter choose to make the prophecy about Harry? It could have very well been Neville. They did it because they all agreed that it would be Harry. That's how it worked. Why does Sandbox sell land? Why does Decentraland sell land, or Virtua, when Spatial has it for free? It's just because you have that perceived value in there, and I mean, I guess Veve could give it out for free, but they won't. Their land is top tier land. That is land that you're going to be able to do a lot of stuff with. And I get you can do a lot of stuff with spatial as well. But that's just kind of the way it works. I mean, why go for Starbucks coffee that's super expensive when you can go to your local coffee shop for a fraction of the price, just because of what it is. I mean, the answer might not make much sense, but that's, I mean, go and tell people, hey, I mean, make me CEO of Spatial right now, or make me one of the advertisers. None of my advertisements would say, why buy land when you can get land for free? Because that just makes it like, it just makes it seem cheap, even though it's not. It's cool, it's fun. It just makes it seem cheap when you give out stuff for free. At least that type of stuff anyway. So moving on. We got Vivi Las Vegas says, meow meow, who's going to the chocolate factory? Bill Garner says, what up, Bill Garner, how's it going? What's up, man? Jimbo Lee Lingo goes, hello, Master Randy. Why, hello, Master Jimbo Lee Lingo. Fun Under the Sun says, Omi is simply awesome. Dashi too. Dashi is my best friend. Moving on. Sub-Zero says, hey, Randy. Hey, Sub-Zero. This says, my NFTs are even bullish on Komi. Yeah. If I had, a gun to my head right now, what would I buy, NFTs or Omi? Even though I 100% believe that Omi will outperform most of these NFTs, crypto pay-in is going to happen a lot sooner than most other things. That should happen next month. It might even happen the end of this month. What happens with crypto pay-in? Okay, well, you're able to go and take crypto and buy what you want. That is probably going to be able to go and make a bunch of these collectibles rise. So even though I'm sure that Omi will outperform long-term, short-term, my money kind of probably going to be on the collectibles. That's just, gun to my head right now. That's what I would say. What's going to happen, nobody knows. What's up, Sub-Zero? Josh Stanton says, I currently have all my Omi in Layer 1, but the potential long-term benefit of Layer 2 Omi is tantalizing. Yeah. I'm really curious to see how they're going to be able to help everyone migrate from Layer 1 to Layer 2. Because that's gonna be a thing. That's gonna be wild. What says, please add some color to your background, Walty. Thank you. Yeah, I'll try. Asaya says, Lehman Brothers, a brokerage firm around for over 100 years, collapsed. One of the biggest investment banks in history, crashed amount of hours. FTX can definitely fall. It could. Like I said, I don't have any money there. I don't have any money on any crypto platform. I might have a couple dollars worth of ETH on like Coinbase, but it's nothing. What's up, Omi Panda? Evening. Mitchell Prince says, are you supposed to hold Omi in Layer 1 or Layer 2? I mean, you can do whatever you want. I mean, I hold most of mine in trust wallets, so it's Layer 1. If I wanted to put it on the Omi wallet on the Veve app right now, you can. You just have to bridge it. It is a little confusing. I am kind of scared to do it. Maybe Foster or someone will make a video on it. I think that'd be dope. Credo NFW says, do you think Veve Land will be a blind box drop? I think, let's just say they have 3 tiers of land. Let's say they have tier 1, which is right in the heart of Veve City, all that good stuff. That one, I think that'll be whale stuff. That'll be like, hey, it's gonna be a couple $1,000, however much. Then you'll have the stuff around outside of it, and that could be blind box. Because the stuff outside of it, you're still within the city, you're right outside of it, kind of like living in the suburbs. And again, are they going to do this? I have no idea, but this is how I would do it. It's how I envision it. And that's where a lot of people with a little bit of money get in. And then the rest, here's what I think that they should do. A bunch of the rest of the land, which is where most of the land is going to be. Undeveloped land, most of it's probably not going to be near anything. But the blind box, here's where it'll get creative. They'll say that some pieces of land out there, nobody knows where it is, you can't go and try to fight for it, it's going to be random. They will be next to other attractions that the VVeiverse will have in it. Because again, you want people to travel. You don't want just this giant mecca metropolis and then everyone else just kind of crap. You want yeah, you want a city here and then maybe a city there, and then you want like crypto Cryptkin land over there, and you want VV City over here, and if they can get it, Marvel land over there, and then you want to be able to cross track and see like, oh, hey, like drive your DeLorean from one place to another, or even walk, or play hide and seek, or tell. Like, I want there to be awesome things in between. I want it to be like Goldenrod City. I want to be like a Pokemon game where, hey, there's a bunch of attractions here in this city. Here's the Blabbit Breeding Center, and here's the gym where you can go and fight your Marvel Mighties, and there's like an underground casino where you can go and you're not going to be able to bet Omi, but you can bet tickets. And how do you get those tickets? You're able to go and use your Omi to buy those tickets. I want that underground thing. I want it where you can there's like a salon, there's a beauty shop where you go in and you get a different accessory store, accessories for your NFTs. Kids are gonna go wild with that. Um, I want that, and then I want there to be a national park where there's wild NFTs that are still in the market, and if you do something cool, you get a discount for them or whatever. And then after that park, there's another town. There's DC Land. There's Metropolis. There's Gotham with all the Batman black and white stuff. I forget what I was talking about. It sounds so awesome. Oh yeah. Um, so I think that tier three, if there are three tiers, is going to be that outskirts of land where probably not much is going on, but another different licensor is going to go here right next, and you paid, let's say, $50 for that piece of land. Most of that land is going to be crap, but this land right next to it is just suddenly that's going to be worth as much, if not more, than some of the stuff in the main Akomi VV land. I think that'd be dope. I think that'd be sweet. God, dude, could you imagine if you get like Nintendo and you get Princess Peach's castle out in one of those things, and you are right under the fireworks show that happens each night when Mario completes a thing at the end of Super Mario Galaxy, or at the end of Paper Mario, or if you remember in Peach's Castle in Mario Kart, at the end of that, that's where they go and have the award ceremony. They hand out the trophy. And God, that would be amazing. And then on the other side of town, there's Disneyland. Could you imagine if that happened with Disney? You don't have Princess Peach's castle, Princess Toadstool. You have Cinderella's castle. That would be absolutely wild. Is any of this going to happen? I have zero idea. This might just be, one person's crazed dreams. But I think that would be a really good way to go and sell out all that land in tier three. That maybe is not as good as tier two or tier one, even if they call it separate tiers or estates, as Reset called it. Rick 13 says layer 2 for staking and use in the app. Top Dog says, well, the golden ticket guarantee. Will the golden ticket guarantee you a secret rare on a blind box? I don't know. I don't think that was clear in there. Oh God, what is? No. Oh, could you? Jesus. The phone has just. I don't know how this phone is still like survived. Recent research by Comics and Crypto just posted a tweet. Recent research by ARK Invest indicates that Bitcoin has become less volatile than the S&P 500 and Nasdaq. Incredibly exciting times to be in Web3. That's absolutely bananas. Awesome sauce. I'm gonna screenshot that, and then I'm gonna another 500% rally. Bitcoin could rally another 500% on Bitcoin, noting that it has become less volatile in the S&P 500. That is dope. That is wild. What was I looking up? Okay, it was super chat coming in from Top Dog 49 super chats. Hiya, hacha. Howdy, Top Dog. Thank you so much for the super chat. I heart you. So the bridge from layer 1 to layer 2, I see a problem for a lot of people. Do you think people will ever bridge this automatically? They did already. They said you could put your OMI in the app, and then they would bridge it for you, and they did. That was before the thing to Immutable X. So I put a little bit in there, not a ton, and then now it's worth even less. But they'd already done that already. I don't think they'll ever have a. I mean, unless they charge you a fee. They could give you a fee, and the fee, that'd actually be really interesting. They say if you don't want to do it yourself, you can put it in this particular wallet or whatever, and then they give you a fee. And then that fee helps to go burn OMI. That would be dope. That's actually a really good idea. Actually, let me hold on real quick. Let me text someone, because this is important. Would Veve, oh god, ever offer to bridge people's tokens for them for people who don't want to do it themselves and then charge a fee for doing so, and then the fee gets burned? I mean, Veve should be able to, I mean, they are providing a service, should be able to pay for that. So I would say, yeah, maybe that. Now, where was I beforehand? The golden ticket guarantee. Oh yeah, so secret around the blind box. Let's see if I can pull it up, because it should just be in the OUP tickets. Submit a golden OUP ticket. Any eligible Veve waitlist drop. Golden tickets will be refunded to participants if there are more entrants. If your golden tickets submitted, allocation reserves and the waitlist remaining additions go back into the public wait pool. Through a Veve collectible allocation, the rarity and edition number allocated will still be randomized. Well, no, it says the rarity and edition number allocated will still be randomized. So actually, no. It does not guarantee you a secret rare. It just guarantees you that you get the drop. So yeah, that's interesting. And it doesn't guarantee you that secret rare. That's pretty interesting. Top Dog, thank you for another super chat with the doggo going. Thank you. That means a ton. You are Faye. Just like Dashi. Top Dog and Dashi sitting in a tree. K-I-F. That's right. Darth Chaos, hello there. General Darth Chaos. Actually, Top Dog, I need to take a picture of that, because that's going to be something that I need to put in the video, not just for the 90 people here. Mitchell Prince is Omi still a bit confusing to me. Yeah, ask anything you want. I'll try to explain it as best as I can. I'm going to be making these videos probably forever now. Up until we get to staking. Devron at Dagobah Outpost says, hello, how are you doing, fam? Crazy Dan 420 saying, hey Randy, I agree with you that some of today's characters expect to get rich without any effort or sacrifice at all, but that is how true success is earned. You have to be willing to put the work in. So I made a post on Twitter before. So I bought, I don't even have them with me. I bought some lotto tickets for yesterday, and I didn't say it at the time, but I would have done a lot of charity, done a lot of whatever. But I posted a tweet before, because nobody won. It says the Powerball is now at 1.9 billion US dollars. If I am the sole winner next week, I will buy $1 million worth of OMI and burn it. I'll also buy another $1 million worth and lock it up for 3 years, and then buy another $2 million worth to trade. So there's a whole bunch of reasons why I said this and did this. Most of those funds I would not use for myself right now. 99% I would not use, because I don't think I would have earned it yet. But obviously 1% of, let's say in a lump sum you get $750 million, let's just say. 1% of that is 7.5 million. So I'd be fine. But the rest would go towards, it would be locked up in trusts. It would be locked, the OMI that I buy would be locked up. And it would go to charity, because too much money too quickly is usually not good. Especially for someone like me that has a very addictive personality, that could get dangerous. Super chat coming from Akomi Skywalker. Thank you so much for that super chat. $2 means a ton. And the OMI, why I wouldn't, it's like Chavez, why wouldn't you just spend $100 million on OMI and you still have 500 million left? Spend 100 million on OMI. That I myself would push the price to 10 cents. What is the sell volume right now? What are the orders? You can't just do that at one thing. The sell orders right now are what, maybe 20 million OMI. Let's take a look. Oh, we had a nice leg up. We are up 2.3% today. Yeah, dude, there's less than 10 million. Why is this so light? I need it dark. There is 10 million OMI less than 10 million OMI up for sale right now. What do I do when I eat those through those sell walls? Um, I mean, I could only put so much. So I would say, God, if I even put 100,000 in at one time, that would probably go and push it up another 5 or 10%. We'd be up over, maybe we'd be at 0.002. There'd be a lot of people taking profit there. And I put in another 500,000 there and push it up to 0.0025. Okay, and then I put another 250,000 for all the people that are trying to take profit and sell, and then I get it back up. Okay, well then that's 850,000. Put another 150,000 in, and it goes 0.00275. Okay, well I put in $1 million and basically rose it, almost double. Let's say I put in another $500,000, goes to 0.0035. Then it goes back down to 0.0029. Okay, put another $500,000 in, goes into 0.004. And like it's just all of that at one time is just gonna make it go so high. Um, and at that point, people are like, oh God, FOMO, FOMO, even though you're not supposed to chase those green candles, that's what people will do. Then you suddenly have me and every other person that has never traded before. It's going to go wild. It'd be insane. We'd be up by 10 cents before the end of the week if I tried to do that. And when you do that, you're not going to be burning as much when the burning mechanism comes in. That it is one person should not have that much power. I would try to buy it from other people. I would try to be like, hey, David and Dan, give me some of your business development fund. Let me cross trade with me so that this way, mine's gonna be locked up for a while. Clearly, let's say I only sell the 145 million OMI that I have right now over the next 5 6 years, and I say your business development fund will not be used for 5 years, 6 years, whatever, and I only sell my other stuff. Insane. So that's why I wouldn't do that. Anyway, moving on. Oh God, where was I? Meow, meow, meow. Alderian says on Axie Infinity the land is $8,000, and that's people make money on that. That's not really a fun game. It's not. If you have something like VVeiverse and they have a couple of games on there. So somebody made a comment on my Twitter the other day. Let me go to where Reese had said on the update. Live breaking it down, $1 million. Yeah, Reese said play to earn gaming, and I said bullish. Had Comey, $ Omi, and somebody had mentioned he's talking about Epico and Canon Crisis, Randy, 100%. Okay, that's what we have right now. I'm not gonna call that. I'm not gonna put that person on blast. Do you think that's the only game that we're going to have ever? For like that's silly. That's just silly to think that those are the only games we're ever going to have ever. We're obviously going to have a lot more games than that. Some of which, many of which is going to be done by the team, and we still do have Feesh, which is also can be play to earn as well, just from the gambling, not including the prize pools, liquidity pools. There's a bunch of Feesh stuff I have to go over in my next video as well. You have you're going to have some really cool games, and again, I don't know. Maybe it looks like Pixion games. Maybe it's a little chibi. Maybe they're, it's like flash animation, or it looks like spatial and it looks, they don't have legs. I don't know what. God, could you imagine if it looks better? Could you imagine if it looks better? Like if it looks like that game Stray. I don't know if anyone's seen that. Stray, the cat game. You go around and do kitty things. It's amazing. God, if it looks like that. Oh God, I would call in. I wouldn't sell an organ. Or maybe I would. I don't know. I don't need my. There's a couple things I don't need. Anyway, moving on. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you have to be willing to put in the work. Agreed. And yeah, that Axie land goes for that much, and it's not even that fun of a game. You can make money on it. A lot of people made a bunch, but yeah, it's not even that fun. Omi Child, thank you so much for the super chat. Maxwell as well. Beer money is just between us, as Mitch really taps. Mitch is not taps. I don't know if you get Mitch on the podcast. Maybe we'll get Adam on the podcast. We'll see. Slider 2333 says, they might have different tiers of land, so I think Veve is going to make a decent amount of land. They're going to make a lot of profit off that. Veve can sell its own accessories for your land. That's a good point too. That's a good point. Oh, could you imagine what they would do? Be like, oh yeah, the land you can pay for an Omi, and we're gonna burn it. We won't take any profit off that. But no land is complete without your VVeiverse mailbox, without your VVeiverse. Oh, this is genius idea. Okay, all right. Let me go and text someone. Okay. Nope. Which way? Which one? No, I have too many. Okay. Ignore this. Land for Omi. But no land is complete without a Veve mailbox. Veve, what's that called? A mat? Placemat? A placemat? A walking mat? What do you use to wipe your feet? Hold on. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna take you with me. Hey, Meg.
Is that a flamingo Pokemon?
Oh, all right, what do you call the mats that are outside that you wipe your feet on?
A welcome mat.
A welcome mat. No house is complete without a welcome mat.
I mean, that's what I call it.
Okay.
It seems like a good name.
So you said a flamingo Pokemon?
Yeah. Flamingo.
Oh, can I see real quick? I'm gonna show the fam.
Well, I don't know if it's. I mean, this is a leak.
This is a leak. It's a flamingo Pokemon called Flamingo. That's great. Okay, there you go.
Actually, that's a flamingo. It's not a leak.
Okay. Anyway. Oh. Moving on. So it's always good to have a female resident amongst you that can answer any of your household questions. Super chat coming in from Zach R saying farted. Don't I love you so much, Zach R. You're great. Veve, I don't even remember what she says. Placemat, welcome mat. Veve, welcome mat. Veve rug. Special Veve roof. Special recur toilet paper. Oh, yes. Okay. All right. I'm just gonna ignore that. Okay, I'm gonna get back. Thank you, Sakar, for the super chat. Thank you, Fard. Don't tell anyone. Corey being real goes, hey Randy, what's up, Corey? Sorry, I'm a little behind on the comments. Yeah, they're gonna make a ton of profit. They're gonna make so much money. Earth 2 Pokemon, the real Professor Oak says, are you able to merge an account for a child and have them have their own staking benefits? The Omi is still being staked, and that is probably what Veve and everyone wants. So you are going to be able to merge, I think, up to 5 accounts. You're going to be able to merge. I don't know though if they're going to be able to stake because they are under 18. I don't know if that's going to be a thing. You probably try it with your spouse. Yeah, that's really difficult. I don't know. That's something that I would have to ask Reese. Probably he'll be on Eva from VVeiversity's channel next week, and I'll be there too. We'll ask him then. Matt Mars says, hey Randy, you think 5K worth of Omi right now will be 40K when Satan comes out? That's an 8x. What are we, 0.0017? Let's see where we're at now. 168. Let's say 17. 1.12 cents. It's possible. It's possible. It is possible. Yes. I think it's possible. Darth Chaos says ticket is only good per season. Correct. If you stake for a quarter, you get that one. If you stake for all of quarter 1, you get a golden ticket or 2 golden tickets in quarter 2 if you're tier 5, and you can only use that in quarter 2. So golden tickets in season 5, good worth a lot. Be worth a ton. Especially if the rest of the land is sold out and that's the only way to get land. Oh. So even if you had 6 to 20, that's not that bad. It's gonna be a bunch. SoCal Omi says, anyone else playing Marvel Snap yet? It's so addicting. I am not, but I am very curious. I'm gonna go to the Play Store right now. Marvel Snap. In-app purchases. Oh, this looks like the Disney Arena. Disney Arena is really cool. This has 5 million downloads? Jesus, man. What are some of the reviews? Yeah, see all reviews. I don't care. Overall, pretty fun. I'm doubtful that it'll have any longevity. The games are snappy and decently strategic, as well as very easy to learn, but from what I can tell, there's really only 3 different types of decks that you can make, and with the games being so short, it already is starting to feel repetitive. On top of that, the rewards for climbing the ranking ladder are pretty miserable, so motivation to play is quickly fading. Art is decent if you care about that. Combat is fast, fun, strategic, pretty easy to get a level up in cards. It's not pay to win and not predatory in any way. Money is meant for cosmetics. Main issue is after 3 games, the app closes during a match. Oh, okay. They might be. Okay. Interesting. Moving on here. What we got? Darth Chaos has heard they did a great job with the game. With what game? Oh, also, I've said this before. Actually, let me read this again. For people that don't follow baseball, because I don't really follow baseball. But I did for this one. Why? Why did I follow this World Series? Well, it's the Astros versus the Phillies, and I think this was important because I'm a pretty big conspiracy theorist, and I read a thing on Reddit that says every time a Philadelphia, that's a town or it's a city in Ponyville, and anyway, every time a Philadelphia baseball team wins the World Series, a financial crisis happens. Over the last 100 years, the surest sign of an oncoming financial crisis has been Philadelphia baseball team winning the World Series. In 1929, the Philadelphia Athletics won. They were the Philadelphia Athletics back then. They won the World Series. In 1980, the Phillies won the World Series. In 2008, the Phillies won the World Series. In 2022, they thankfully did not win. So I think this means we're going to have some pretty good times in 2023. I hope. I'm not superstitious. I'm just a little stitious. And I'm just... Anyway. John M says, is there better utility in holding collectibles, or is it better to sell all collectibles, get more golden tickets? It really depends on what you want. I mean, I sold a bunch of collectibles a few weeks ago. I had 6,000 gems. I could have got more Omi. Probably should have. But what did I do instead? I got Veve golden logos. I think some people might feel sad about selling a lot of their stuff. I don't know. I kind of want to do that. I think it'd be a really cool idea to stake collectibles and be like, hey, you get if you hold your partner statue for a year, then you can go and get, you can make it silver, you can make it platinum, you can make it, whatever. You can change the color. I think that'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty dope. But the utility, we don't know MCP yet, so we're not sure. Corey being Realty is the community is really missing Taps. Can you confirm he's good? Will he be a decon? Inquiring minds want to know. Yes, Taps is just insanely busy, but he is good. He'll be there. He'll be rooming with me. I'll get to we're not like me and Taps. I don't think are as close as me and Foster. Me and Foster shared a bed after all. Me and Taps have never shared a bed, so we've roomed together multiple times, but we have not shared a bed. That is saved for Foster if he continues wanting to. Benjamin Shaw with a super chat. Thank you so much. Saying, if we stake and the price goes up, do we reset to get the extra Omi out? Shout out to my wife Lisa, who's an OG Batman Black and White collector. She has every set. Ooh, she's probably going to get a badge in the future. I think for MCP, if you have every set of, let's say, Jurassic Park or Batman Black and White or the Marvel Mighties, I think you'll get a badge saying that you're like a super OG or superstar collector or something like that. So that's really, really good that she has that. I would say, all right, so to answer your question though, no, you can't. So staking means that you aren't able to take it out. What you will be able to do, you could, if you are staking for a certain amount of time, again, the last 10 days of the season, let's say if it starts on January 1st, which it won't, it'll be later, next year. But let's say if it starts on January 1st, you can unstake all of your Omi for free between March 22nd and March 31st. But then, of course, you won't get the snapshot. The snapshot, if you're, whatever tier you're staking, you're going to get those benefits, and then you'll get those, early in that next season. And then afterwards, though, if you get that, you could unstake after that. But if you unstake, you get obviously 10% fee. But I understand what you're saying. If you're staking, let's say you're staking $40,000 worth of Omi, and it doesn't really matter what tier you're at, 2,500, 5,000. Let's say if you're staking $40,000 worth of Omi, and suddenly Omi triples, and you have $120,000 worth of Omi, and you really don't want to keep it all in one place. You want to diversify it a little bit. You can only do that at the end of each year. and I don't know if that's the end of each calendar year or if I think it's at the end of each fourth season. At the end of every, so you'll be able to do it at the end of, if you start whatever season you start on, at the end of 4 seasons, at the end of that, you'll be able to readjust, because that's what staking is. Now if you're only starting with $5,000, and then it goes, you now you have $10,000 of OMI. You can actually go to the next tier. You don't have to add any more. So that's really cool. But yeah, staking is meant so that it's locked up and you're not supposed to take it out. So yeah, you have a lot of you have a lot of, unfortunately you wouldn't be able to do that. You can still do that, but you'll have to pay the 10% fee for unstaking it. And yeah, shout out to Lisa, who's an OG black and white Batman collector. She has every set. Huzzah. Ooh. Legacy Bermuda says, do you have time to talk tomorrow? It's time to talk about some huge things that's going on already in the background. Legacy Bermuda. Oh, that Chucky snapshot is tomorrow as well at 11 a.m. I don't have those. I do have something at 10. I got it. Okay, so I do have something at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Can we do it in the afternoon, Legacy? Let me go to, yeah, Legacy. Let me message you on Telegram real quick, or message me on Telegram. You fell into the abyss. Oh, here we are. Tomorrow afternoon works. Okay, there you go. Oh, another super chat. Huzzah. Coming in from Top Dog, $10 hair super chat. Thank you so much. You are the mans. I heart you so much. I'm gonna check out my Veve shirt. Ooh. Top Dog, thank you for the super chat, saying, thank you, Randy, for being you, your household name, and part of my family. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, that means a lot. So like anyone remember the Eminem song Toy Soldiers, where it had that really wicked, like, awesome intros, like, it sounded like kids singing. Step by step, heart to heart. Anyway, in that one verse, he says, like, I'm supposed to be the soldier that never blows his composure. I ain't supposed to show it. My crew ain't supposed to know it. I heard that song again recently, and that kind of, that made me feel a certain type of way. Not because I had anyone really super close die to me, die recently. Not, none of that. But just because those lines, like, okay, well, I'm supposed to be a certain type of way, and I'm trying not to mess anything up. So I'm trying. I will continue to try, and mostly this is me. Like, and what I mean by that is, like, mostly, like, what you see is what you get. You see, like, I don't have the black nail polish anymore, but you see the crazy beard and the long hair, and but it is hard for me to, like, keep the composure when people go, and I don't mind FUD. I don't mind it when people say, like, listen, I don't like OEP because of this. I don't like, and because I'll go and I'll say, like, I'll address those concerns. FUD itself is not bad. Fun is, it's just people are scared because the overall macro environment, or there's uncertainty because they're new to this, or they just saw, they put in $50,000 and now they only have $20,000 or $10,000. That's scary. There's uncertainty. Understand that, and then doubt. Like, hey, Veve hasn't done it yet. They've done an amazing job so far, but how do I know that they can do this? I'm okay with that type of FUD that I can go and address, ease people's concerns. But when people go out, there was someone the other day that said, like, yeah, Akomi's dumping on you. It was like, okay, they have never sold their stuff. Like, so it's really, really, like, and I don't know how many of those people, like, are actually trolling, or I think they're just trolling. But it's like hard for me to not, like, blow up on those people, because it's like, okay, you're just straight up lying. So I mostly just ignore them. Sometimes I block them. But yeah, I thank you for the compliment. I am trying my very best to help represent the Veve in all its glory. Another super chat from Akomi Skywalker saying, what's the Chucky snapshot, Randy? I bought the ultra rare on the market. So if you have both, the ultra rare and the other one, I forget which one it is. It was pretty recent. I can just go and look at it. Yeah, Child's Play 2. If you have the ultra rare and the uncommon, both of those, you get a snapshot, and the snapshot I think is a poster. And so you get an airdrop of a free poster. Let me go to, what is the license on this? And I can, oh, it's just Child's Play. Okay. Go to the market. Ultra rare Chucky, $76 hairs. Oof, oof. And then the Good Guy doll box is $12 hairs. So you only, so let's say 13, and so it's, there's one for 70 up there right now. I mean, let's say it's $90 for both. You know, how much is that airdrop going to be? That airdrop's, how many people, let's count how many people are actually going to get this. So there are, out of the evil Chucky, so there was 3,666 that were, you know, available, and 1,322 are left. So let's say 3,576, because they keep 90. So 3,576, and you subtract 1,322. So there's 2,254 people that have that. And then you have the uncommon. All right, so a lot of people have the uncommon. There's like 4,000 people that have that. But because only 2,254 people have that ultra rare, let's assume all of those people have an uncommon, and they have, so you have, yeah, the snapshot, you know, that airdrop of 2,254, even if half the people keep it, and the other half, you know, like, that might only be worth like $30. I mean, for me, I think it would be pretty dope to have it because, you know, just being the first owner of it, I don't really have the funds to go and do that, because I guarantee you, after tomorrow night, like let's say on Tuesday, Evil Chucky goes from $70 probably down to like $50, because people dump them. But yeah, so that's what you'll get, a really cool poster. It will be limited to however many people have, you know, 2,200 people. So yeah, that's just the news on that. Now there was I. Oh God, I forget where I was. Where was I? Saying on the app. Maxwell. Okay, there we go. Randy. Talking about 620. Floating home collectibles. Coming to taps. Talking tomorrow. Bill Gardner says, plus what will land generate you? With E2, it's gems and essence. I'm sure it will generate something. Yeah, the land in the Veveverse, I don't know if they have that worked out yet. What I'm hoping is, if, let's say you have land near like a swamp or whatever, it gives you like +2 defense to your alligator Lokis or your Throgs or anything that'll be, you know, in the swamp. If you go and you do that, I mean, again, I don't know. It could give you points, you know, if you have, depending on where your land is. Let's say land is neutral, or let's say land is minimum neutral. But let's say for your stuff, it gives your, in a super awesome place, it gives your NFTs a shine, and has a certain shine to it. I don't know what it could do. The possibilities are endless. But there's also, because they're giving us so much stuff with OUP and MCP, you don't really need to do much with land, but they're going to want you to buy it. They want to make it coveted. I mean, I think it's really just going to be about the background and like looking at it. Like, what does Shane Isaac from Earth 2 do? He says he spends a lot of his time in the Earth 2 world because it's so beautiful. I mean, if you can make whatever you want, like there's a couple of places. Let me see if I can find it on TikTok. You know, do something here real quick. If I go to the TikTok and I find, yes, I know you shared a video. Why America is the most beautiful. And I know you're gonna be like, what, Chavez? That doesn't make sense. America being the most beautiful country on earth. And I've been to other beautiful countries like Austria and Germany, a lot of places in Europe, pretty much, places in South America. But look at some of those places in America. Like, most people, when they think of America, they don't think of amazing, beautiful places like that. And if you really wanted, you can go and you can build whatever you think. It's like having a Green Lantern ring. If you think it'll if like Stinky said in that Hey Arnold episode, or that guy's like, if you plant them, they will grow. If you think it, you could build it. So what I want like a Mufasa and like a Simba. I want the Pride of Lions on Pride Rock, and I want like a desert out there, and I want them just, I don't know, being able to go out there. I want an ice palace as well for the Ice King, and then Elsa, the Ice Queen. I want them. I don't know. I just want those cool things like that. I think it would be more about scenery, but then yeah, you could have some really awesome stuff in there. What if you gave your NFTs weapons? And yeah, how awesome would that be? That'd be dope. That'd be great. Imagine it'd be like worms, and like people could explode your house, and it's like, okay, you know, 8 seconds later, your house goes back to the way it was. But if you keep on exploding it and exploding it and exploding it, also if anyone could smash that like button, that'd be super great. Free way to help support the channel. Yeah, so many possibilities. We got Vivi Omi says, how long is the season? One season is 1 quarter. So if they start in July of next year in Q3, then the end of Q3 will be the end of the first season, and then Q4 will be season 1. Saw golden tickets expire at end of the season. Just want to save them for land, which they didn't expire. Yeah, I know. But it's good though, because again, you're gonna have probably 10,000 people. Excuse me. You're gonna have 10,000 people getting a golden ticket, probably at least. You know, if you were able to save them, I mean, I would have. You know, you're gonna have dozens of whales, have probably multiple accounts, going and get 2 golden tickets every single season. So I would have 8, and then actually 9, because I would get my 1 extra for staking for that whole year. Actually, I think I might even get. I think it's more than that, because there's no way they're the same rewards for the other one. Oh no, you do. For staking a year, you do get 1 gold only. Okay. You get 2 silver and you get 25 bronze, which is pretty dope. And again, that's the yearly rewards. You are gonna get, when you progress to tier 3, you get a gold ticket. When you progress to tier 4, you get a gold ticket. When you progress to tier 5, you get 2 right there. So actually. All right, so here's a strategy here that it's going to be split. Because if you stake tier 5 for a year, you get a full set airdrop to you. You get a full secret rare set airdrop to you for a year, which is dope. That is dope AF. And I think you get that each quarter as well. Yeah, so every season you're gonna get 100 bronze tickets for tier 5. That's insane. Every single season. But so every season you're airdropped a full set. Now, people will say, okay, so whales are just going to burn the $7,500 worth of OMI, whatever, just to get up to tier 5 right away. Because this way, those people will get 4 extra sets, actually 5, because they'll get 1 per each season, so that'd be 4. And then if they stake for a year, then we'll get another full set. So they would get 5 full sets. Whereas opposed to somebody that is just taking it tier 1, then go to tier 2, they would have to wait several months to get to tier 5. So a lot of people will do that, and they'll assume that whales will do that. But the reason why you wouldn't want to at that point, even if you are a whale, is because when you have yearly rewards. Oh, where'd it go? Where did it go? Oh, I miss you so. Like it's been forever. Oh yeah, the progression bonus. When you get to tier 5, you get 2 golden tickets. So here's my dilemma. Here's my thing. if I am not getting to tier 5 until season 5, then I get 2 golden tickets as opposed to the as opposed to 1 if I'm only staking for a year. Because if I stake for a year, I just get 1 golden ticket. If I go up, actually that doesn't make sense because you get 2 golden tickets anyway if you're per season that you're staking. So that doesn't matter. That was stupid. So someone will try to do that and they'll be like, oh yeah, they fudged up. So yeah, that doesn't make sense. You get 2 golden tickets anyway for staking. Yeah. Zombie attack news is hopefully MCP points helps in land grab. I don't know what I mean. I'm curious. I'm very curious to see what goes on with that. There'll obviously be a ton of benefits, but I'm not sure. Top Dog says, if you use your golden ticket on the last drop of a quarter, do you lose that golden ticket if there were too many entries? Oh, I don't know. That is a good ask. I'm not sure. I'll have to take a picture of that and ask the homies. That'd be dope. Or that wouldn't be dope. I'll ask the homies. They'll give us an answer. Yeah, I'm not sure. Crypto NFW says, hey Randy, what's better? 372,000 worth of gems in the app right now, or $46,200 worth of OMI? I mean, 370. I mean, you can buy a bunch of stuff with that. And also, why would you only get $46,000 worth of OMI if you have $372,000 in the app? I'll ignore that for right now. I would say $370,002 in the app. Why not just cash that out and get still have $300,000 and buy that much of OMI? But if you have 372,000 gems in the app, if it's just a scenario where you can't cash it out for whatever reason, that versus $46,000 worth of OMI. Let's say the collectibles do a 4x. Okay, you're at $1.4 million. Whereas if $46,000 worth of OMI. Okay. Oh yeah, no, that's multiple millions. Well, it doesn't matter how many millions it is. If that would need to OMI would need to do. I mean, OMI would need to do a 30x, which is fine. That only that'll happen probably by 2024. Maybe 2025, because I mean that we would need to get 10x to be 1.7, so 3.4, 5.1. Yeah, 2024 probably be at over 5 cents, but we might have to wait 2025 for it to really moon. I think right now $372,000 worth of gems in the app is better because again you just need to you can just cash that out. But $46,000 worth of OMI is not bad. That is very good. Both of them are great. Resident 420's Axie Infinity has a total of 90,601 land parcels. The best Mystic plots went for over $1 million at the peak. Jesus. VVeiverse should be a much bigger and better experience. Maybe they have 250,000 plots of land. Maybe. Bill Garner says, OMI would have to rise substantially for the staking to be worth it. So would the collectibles. Staking for a common at these prices aren't appealing unless they are sub 40. I mean, it's free. So again, staking, if you're not gonna, it's a year. You stake for the golden ticket, but also that forces people to be better investors because this way they can't sell. This way they can't. I mean, they can. I guarantee you, people that put in $2,500 or $5,000 worth of OMI, when that 4 or 5x's, they'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna take it out. I don't care about this 1 golden ticket. I'm gonna go and buy a car. I'm gonna go and pay off my credit card debt. That I think that's idiotic. Now, obviously, you paying off credit card debt in general is not idiotic. But if I had $5,000, let's say I had $30,000 worth of credit card debt, right? And I have $5,000 worth of OMI, and it does a 6x. Do I sell it all, pay off all the credit card debt? No, because then I have nothing left. Then I have nothing left. I have no investment. I'm starting at zero. I would just chip away at that and let OMI rise. Again, that's just me, not a financial advisor, not a financial advisor. Yeah, make those payments, sure, but yeah, no, I guarantee people do that though. I guarantee people do that. But yeah, staking will force people to be better investors because of the hodl, in my opinion. So got all my homie says, I hope the VV land drop goes as well as the Illuvium one did. It was a solid experience. Yeah, Illuvium did a lot of land sales as well. Top Dog says the bridge from layer 1 to layer 2. I see a problem for a lot of people. Do you ever think VV will ever bridge? Yeah, so I asked that before. Oh god. Oh, I'm just stretching. Stretching real quick. Ugh. A review. I don't know if they will. If they do, I hope they charge a fee and they burn the fee. But I would say, again, they already did kind of. SoCal Omi always says, I think Crypto Show 84's VVeiverse development video is on money with his conclusions. Crypto Show 84. I'm going to take a look at that. And I will take a look at that at some point. Moving on, yeah. Booth 777. Randy has the most wholesome streams. Thank you, man. I heard you. Oh, was that when I went out to... Oh, maybe it wasn't. Okay, says, I believe in the future. It should all be layer 2. That would be logical. No? Well, you can't because then you wouldn't be able to trade. When I say trade, I mean you wouldn't be able to sell on an exchange. But I've told people before that Veve, if they wanted to, they could become an exchange. If you're going to be able to buy right on the web app. Why is my camera on? Ghosts. That's what it is. Ghosts. God, no, I don't want that. Yeah, if you have a web app and you could buy Omi on it, that's an exchange. Oh, that's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope AF. But yeah, you would need to still have exchanges. You need to still have layer 1 because that's how you trade. That's how you get your money out. Joseph Catalano says, where do you hold your Omi? On hardware wallet, Bit4x, layer 2, mostly trust wallets. That's pretty much where it's at. Thank you, Top Dog, for the super chats. You're the best. Call me Skywalker, you as well. Crypto NFW says, a better investment than crypto is doing the opposite of Jim Cramer says. Yeah, it's fair. Joseph Catalano says, Meta, we like the stock. I mean, long term, sure. Right now it's not doing so hot. I mean, no stocks are doing hot right now in this recession bear market. Meta's fine. I would go into other things outside of Meta, but that's pretty solid play. Matthew Lambie says, however, not all tickets will be used for blind boxes. Why risk it to just get a common? Agreed. Most likely people who spend a golden ticket when the rarity are ultra rare and secret rare drops, agreed with that as well. But again, if you have a Pokemon drop, it doesn't matter what you get. You just want a reservation. Booth says, Randy, I can teach you how to bridge your Omi if you want. I've literally bridged from layer 1 to layer 2 like 100 times already, just stacking Omi on my Veve wallet. I might do that. Plus a heads up, storing crypto Omi on a trust wallet comes with fees to take off that wallet. Just some hurdles I experienced trying to take my Omi off my trust wallet when I hit 1 cent. That's interesting. I know GoChain Omi, it costs you a little go. It's like nothing. The ERC20 might cost a bit more because that's on the Immutable X chain. But maybe the ETH fees are crazy. You can only imagine how much you have to pay for 100 million Omi off the trust wallet. I mean, I don't know if it is, because when it was a penny, it was on GoChain, so it shouldn't have cost you ETH at all. It should have just cost you Go. Because I have done it before. I've moved it from one wallet to another, multiple wallets. So I've done that multiple times. The ERC20 Omi does cost Omi, but it never cost ETH. It cost Go, I remember. Then it changed most of it over. But yeah, that is interesting. Oh, for bridging though, I'm talking about bridging. Yeah, bridging is gonna be a lot. So we'll see. Zach R says, "Farted, don't tell anyone." Thank you so much for the super chat. You're a G, man. I love you. Akomi Skywalker says, LOL, Zach. Jake says, "I'll welcome Matt." Yes. I did not think of that before. Ash Kodo 2010 says, 2 million Omi enough. Enough for what, man? Enough for what? I mean, 2 million Omi right now is like, what, $3,200? So you're at tier 1 already. By next year, that $3,200, let's say we only do a 4x by next year, which we're obviously going to do a lot more. But then that gets you to tier 3 because that'll be that'll be $12,800, by next year. So you'll be at tier 3, and then probably by the time that next year after, you'll definitely be in tier 5. So it's enough for that if you want to do that. There's enough to retire on. I mean, I think before the end of the decade, we get to $1, probably 2029. That's probably the best. I mean, it depends what happens this next bull run. We could FOMO, we could really hit it early, but I would say even at 50 cents, you're a millionaire. That's a lot. Zach R says 200 million on me is enough. Oh, dude, I'm gonna try. Let me try to get 150 first, and then we'll focus on that. Tamara Hannah says, I'll see you at DCon with my Sleeping Comic Cat number 76. Can't wait to meet you. Oh my god, yeah, that'd be so great. I'll bring my hat as well. Maybe I'll bring 2 hats. I don't have 2 sleeping hats, I only have 1, but yeah. We'll be an army of Veve and sleeping comics hats. Dope AF. I bet people will probably understand who Veve is, but then there'll be a talk there are many people with this sleeping hat. What is this sleeping hat? Are the red hat ladies that are all I don't know what the rumors are going to be, but I'm all for it. I'm all for the rumors. Zacharias, thank you, Skywalker. My girlfriend didn't find it. That's funny. I'm trying to remember if my ex ever really cared that I farted. She probably did. But call me Skywalker's laughing. Benjamin Shaw, thank you for the super chat, saying if we stake and the price goes up, oh yeah, so I read this before for anyone that wasn't here. If you stake and the price goes up, you can unstake, but then you don't get a bunch of the rewards. No, the point of stake, you will be able to readjust your OMI if you put in 40,000 OMI and then does a 3x. At the end of the year, at the end of 4 seasons, so 1 year, you can readjust and take out $80,000 worth of OMI and still have your 40,000 left. But you can only do that once a year. So no, most people will not be able to. If you put in $5,000, then you have $40,000. Yes, you can go up in tiers, and you don't have to put any more in. But you will not be able to do that. You'll only be able to do that once a year. And shout out to your wife, Lisa, who's an OG black and white Batman collector. Every set, amazing. Matthew Angelo says, so if I stake and I skip to tier 4 and it costs 44,000, does that mean I get 40,000 worth of OMI? This 40 mil OMI, 40 million OMI is a lot more than 44,000, I think. Yeah. Now OMI goes up in value. Do I get my 40 million OMI back, or do I get 40K with? So basically, that's kind of the same question that Benjamin had that I just explained. You have to be in tier 4 from season 1 to get to season 5 to get golden coins. The golden tickets could be traded for coins, or do I need to? You need to be in tier 5 at least for 1 quarter, because or actually you could be at the end of season 4. You can go up to tier 5, at that end, you can go up to it. Because as soon as you, actually no, you could end the first 4 seasons at tier 4, because as soon as you upgrade to tier 5, then it gives you 2 golden tickets. So as soon as you upgrade, then you'll get those golden tickets and you can redeem that for land. Yeah. But it's, I'm going to get there as soon as I can though. Steve Friedlander says, what are the MCP rewards and tickets? We don't know yet, but we will, maybe by the end of the year. We'll see. And Top Dog, thank you so much for the super chat. Those mean a ton, saying thank you, Randy, for being you. You are a household name and a part of my family. Oh, thanks, babe. You going to DCon? Let me know if you're going to DCon. Love to meet y'all. Christmas, saying you can add and change stacking in between seasons too, not just the end of the year. Hold on with that. Oh, water, the best liquid to hydrate yourself with. You can add, and and you can go up to another tier whenever you want, but no, staking, if you are staked, you will not be able to readjust your OMI. You have to stay there. The only way you can is if you fall at the end of a quarter or at the end of a season. If you have 5,000 Omi in your tier 2, and then you fall below, you have a chance to re-up it. But from what Ree said, you will have only once a year to be able to readjust, or else it kind of defeats the purpose of staking. Matt Marr says, "Yo, Randy, do you have an Akomi secure wallet? It's worth to get one. I don't have one. I've wanted one for so long." Um, it probably is worth it to get one, but they're just never available. They're never on sale. I don't know. Like there's got to be reasons. I don't know why. There is a reason why they're not out right now. Why they're not available. I forget what it is though. Bill Gardner says, other problem with staking is locking your coins up during a downturn in market and not being able to sell. It will have to be very strategic considering 4-year Bitcoin cycles. Well, again, you don't have to stake it for 4 years. Just staking it for a year is fine. But again, and I get it. I'm in a little bit more of a privileged position. I could lock up $40,000 worth of OMI, and it's not really a big deal for me because I don't plan to sell most of my OMI anyway, even though that's less than half of my OMI. I would have probably less than 0.25% of my OMI by now. Oh, much less than a quarter. Probably. Anyway, I would say, obviously, that's a risk. If you have most of your boat in that OMI, and suddenly you lose your job, and be prepared to pay that 10% fee, or take it off during one of those, allow those 10 days, the end of each season, and then you can take it off for free without any penalty. But yeah, that might be a problem for some people. I mean, if you only have one source of income and the job is not secure and you're working paycheck to paycheck, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's it can go very bad very, very quickly. Considering 4-year Bitcoin cycles. Yep, agreed. Crazy Dan 420 says, correction, the top Axie land plots are called Genesis, and there are only 220 of them that sold for over $1 million. Jesus. Other tiers are Mystic, Forest, Savannah, and Arctic. Yeah, we'll see what other tiers or estates of land we'll get. That'll be dope. Call me Skywalker. Thank you for super chats with the Snucky chat. What is the Chucky snapshot, Randy? For the ultra rare. Yeah, so if you have both the ultra rare, and which will cost you right now currently, I think after I wrote that, it's now $84. And the uncommon is worth $13. So it's going to cost you about $100. The airdrop might be, because there's going to be about 2,200 of those, give or take, maybe a little over 2,000. I would say 2,200. Because if you have the ultra rare, just spend the extra $14 on the uncommon. So this way you have both, and you get the snapshot, and then you could sell the common. Like, how much lower can it go? And then you could sell the airdrop, whatever it is, if you want. But I mean, for me, if I already had the ultra rare, I'll just get the uncommon, and then I get a free airdrop. I think I have like $5 left. So I can't get it, unfortunately. I will get that at some point, because that's kind of, I would say, first appearance horror. Some of the supernatural can be horror stuff, So some of the cryptids could be considered horror. But I've been stacking Lady Deadpools. I really like her. I should finish a couple of sets. Like, I have the Adventure Time. I'm missing the Marceline, I think. She's got to be a couple $100, right? It's got to be like $250, $205. It's only 20 of her for sale. That is, people could eat that market up if they want. I like the villains. I got those. Got the Mickey and Friends. Yeah, that's really it. What I'm really curious with is the Thor Love and Thunder. They're $349 right now, but the floor is kind of thin. There's not a ton of those out there. Myrmicornos I just got. I want to finish the season 2 of Myrmicornos as well. I only have season 1, and then I have the Unicornos season 1. I want the Bones guys, the ones that are ready to fight each other. Those guys are really cool. The decon artist. Bill Garner says most coins dip 90% in bear markets from all-time highs. It's true, they do. Vivi Omi says, oh my god, Crazy Dan 420. How do people get that? Yeah, I don't know how people got that, but they did. Call me Skywalker says, wow, thanks, no problem. Bill Gardner says, so if OMI goes up to 0.25, to 25 cents next bull run, 25 cents next bull run, and instead of selling, we are locking up our coins. Be prepared for it to dip down to 0.03. Wait. If you're, I mean, again, you're probably going to start staking next year in 2023. And then if you only want to do it for a year, then you get to unlock your tokens in the middle of the next bull market. That's like perfect. Like they could not have timed that more perfectly for people to go and take profit. But yes, agreed. If you're at 25 cents the next bull run, which I think we could be a little higher, but let's say 25 cents, and it's 2025, and you're taking a little bit profit. Let's say if you don't take profit, yeah, it's possible you go down to 3. I mean, at that point though, because you're so high in all those, let's say 2027, let's say end of 2026, early 2027, that's the next bear market. And then we have another Bitcoin halving in 2028. It probably would be wise to take a bit of profit. I mean, I'm never going to sell half my OMI, but well, it depends. If I get lucky enough to get 200 something million OMI, maybe somehow, yeah, I could wind up selling 100 million. If I only have 145 million, 150 million OMI, then I might sell 30 million OMI. I don't know. Because if I can sell that and then get back all that when it goes down to, I'll buy all the way down. I'll buy at 20 cents, 15 cents, 13 cents, 10 cents, 5 cents. I'll buy all the way down. Yeah. Justin says, OpenSea not letting me upload. Psh, yeah, OpenSea, doo-doo. Bogart says, my plan is to sell 50 to 75% and stake the rest. Interesting. Bogart says, maybe land will generate Veve accessories. Oh, that'd be dope. That would be dope. Yeah, you get one accessory every quarter or something. That'd be pretty sweet. And after a while, suddenly you start getting these accessories. Bogart says, plus, once land is out, Disney will probably be dropping buildings like Snow White and Seven Dwarfs or Shacks. Oh, God, that'd be insane. Oh, yeah. Like, could you imagine? It's like you have to have 10 plots of land to get the ultra super Disney castle. That'd be legit. That'd be insane. Incentivize people to buy land. Christmas says you get a one-time golden ticket bonus for tier progression starting at 3, 2, so going from 3 to 4. It's 2 golden tickets, one ongoing and one that as a one-time bonus tier progression. True. Agile Darrow says, just joined, but my guess is that logos will get a gold and silver ticket every year. Oh, a golden Veve logo. That would be dope. If you have a Veve logo, you get a gold and silver ticket every year because it's a gold and silver Veve logo. That would be so cool. I would that'd be great for me because I have 4. That'd be awesome. All Chat Gaming's a street buyer. Jake said, they said if too many golden tickets are submitted, those who do not win get returned their ticket. That is true. Christmas says you don't lose a golden ticket if too many entries, it's returned to you. That's true. But the other thing though is that if you have one golden ticket on the last drop of a season, and it does, like, can you still use it on the next drop? That's what I'm concerned about. If it's the last drop, what happens? I have to ask. All Chat Games, how many likes? Let's see how many. 59 likes. Smash it. All Chat Games, I like staking for NFTs with utility. That'd be dope too. I cannot wait for that. Also, I've been sitting up like this for an hour. Okay, there we go. Zombie Attack News says, in the beginning, they said there will be a free house in the Veveverse for all users who are going to get land, but the prime land will need a golden ticket to reserve it. That's my understanding. Yeah, but Reese had said land sale will happen before the golden ticket redemption. So which makes, I think, the golden tickets even more valuable, because by the time you're able to redeem those golden tickets, you are at that time no longer able to buy land, most likely. Christmas says OUP article should let you know that their focus towards their own IP is going to be huge. If you have a Veve logo, that is always a first appearance Veve IP.
Agreed. Lars says, "You the man, Randy. I'm trying to help to promote to get cancer operation for a lovely small pit bull. Oh, I love little pit bull doggos. Pit bulls are my favorite breed. For those of you, sit up for this again, that do not know, I was a veterinarian assistant for about 9 years before I joined the military. And that is, yeah, that's my favorite breed. Pit bulls are so sweet. They're so lovable. They're so, I love them. Golden Labs are pretty cool too. Golden Retrievers. Huskies are beautiful. Dalmatians are beautiful, but Dalmatians are kind of hard to train. Huskies are really, really loud. They're like, that scene in Zootopia. I think it's Zootopia. It's like, no, you're gonna start a howl, and he looks at the camera like, oh, he goes, oh. Yeah, this is why like I've always like this is why I dedicated like my life to animal sanctuaries and charity because I've always loved animals, always loved dogs and cats. So I worked in the field for almost a decade before I went to the military. So yeah, it's very very near and dear to my heart. Moving on. Zombie Attack News says when decom kickoff logo, those should be low minted unless it will be a drop with a larger quantity available. Yeah, those will be very low mint. I will. Mitchell Prince says, does anyone have the Omi Secure wallet? Don't. Oh, Christmas does. Sleepin', says Randy. Let's freaking go. What's up, Sleepin'? I hope you're doing well, my bae. Can't wait to see you soon. Mitchell Prince says, wow, you must have gotten it pretty early. I love how they look. Yeah, they look great. Corey, being real with you, says, I just saw the future. Charizard card drops. First golden ticket is available to use. Oh, that'd be amazing. Corey, I'm gonna hold you to that. I'm gonna hold you to that maybe it's in the future. Kalar says, still all talk at this point. It is. But it's fun to talk about. Mr. Princess Christmas, do you use it as your wallet for most of your crypto? Oh yeah, I guess you can use more than that. Matt says, what's the top for Omi? Like the top that it could ever be? I mean, I guess the sky's the limit. I mean, a couple dollars, probably the top for, next several years, decade or so. Sleeping Comics isn't going for tier 6. Get it. Christmas says, last December, I think, David said on an AMA, you're releasing a batch. I jumped online and got it. Lasted half an hour or so, then gone. Got all 3 of them to sign it to. Oh, that's so dope. Mitchell Prince is lucky you. Congratulations. Christmas says Mitchell will split between that and Trust Wallet. Nice. Mitchell Prince is nice. Crazy Dan 420 says there's only one Genesis plot for sale on Axie Infinity Marketplace right now, and it's listed for 111 ETH or $175,000. That's still huge cash despite the Axie price crash. It's true. It is huge. John Doe says, Randy, would you say this would be worthy of taking out a loan, not financial advice? For me personally, I have never taken out a loan, and last time I did a credit check, it was low, but that was years ago. I mean, be advised, you could take out a loan because you have no money right now, and you could buy $5,000 worth of OMI, and Putin could do a thing, and we can go down to 0.0011 again, and then suddenly, now the money's gone, and you still have to repay back the loan. That is very risky. I mean, if you can make the payments, if Dashie gets approved for a loan for $20,000, as long as Dashie can make the payments, it's fine. If Dashie says, I can make the payments for a couple of months, and then after a couple of months, I'll sell some of the OMI in profit, and then I'll use that profit to pay off the loan. I mean, you can, you can do that if you really wanted. But that is a very big risk because what happens when you can't pay that anymore? That's very risky. So Dashie, I don't know if I would do that. But if that, that's so risky. That's so risky. Mitchell Prince says, I know. Earth 2 Pokemon, the real Professor Oaks. Hey Randy, remember that time Earth 2 glitched and you thought you hacked your account and you FaceTimed me after? I'll take a peanut butter whiskey for that one when we meet. That's fine. That is fine. That is well deserved. Wes says, did Taps leave because you removed Foster? I mean, Taps has just been really busy, but I'm gonna totally take that screenshot though. Send it to Call Me Skywalker says, I just bought the uncommon Chucky. Yes, Wes. He's jelly. Congrats. You're gonna be able to get that snapshot. Rick13 says, isn't the one more game to come using Omi? Gonna be a bunch of stuff coming. And Bolshevik says, I just finished the Batman Season 1 set yesterday. Gonna sit on it for many moons. Dude, good for you, mate. That's such an amazing set. That is such an amazing set. Yeah. Crazy Dan says, Veve Omi, you had to be early and take part in the initial land sale on Axie Infinity on January 22nd, 2019, and be very lucky. Oh, okay, gotcha. Lesasara says, did you grab any McFarlane toys for the digital? I did not. Big A says, wow, lists off best looking dogs, doesn't mention English Springer Spaniels. Loki just told me to unsub. English Springer Spaniels are pretty legit. Oh yeah, it is what you have. I used to take care of this. I don't know if it's Irish Springer, English Springer. It was a Springer Spaniel, and his name was Jerry. So it was Jerry the Springer, Jerry Springer. I thought that was so cool, and like nobody else got it. Like I would tell everyone, it was at East Village Green Animal Hospital, like 2005, and I was like, "Hey, oh, yeah, you get it, Jerry, the Springer, because," and then everyone would be like, what uncultured people did I work with? Like my humor was not appreciated in like the jobs that I did. Anywho, Crazy Dan 420 says, I think Dashie looks like a Doberman Pinscher. Yeah, Dashie's in a breed of its own. Dashie's a god dog. But yeah, maybe. John Doe says, too risky to make a move like that with the state of the world. Thanks for perspective. Yeah, cheers. Although Dashie, fortune brave, the fortune favors the bold. Said it right. Ryan says, why do you guys all have red rings? That's just, the red ring is for Omi. Started with Kyle Tiger Wilson. He said, hey, we should all have the red O in our names, and to represent Omi. It's like, oh, that makes sense. So he's like the godfather of that. And sorry. So I have that, in mind. A little red O. Oh god. Hiccups. Crazy Dan 420 says, I've raised Rottweilers for the last 25 years. The beautiful dogs. Oh god, I had this dog named Roxy. It was half Rottweiler, half something else. I think I should have a picture. I should have multiple pictures. Let's see if I have any. Oh, they would be from years. I haven't been there in a while. That'd be from years ago. Aww, little baby puppy. This is a picture of her. I got her sneezing. She's like, ah. It was the best photo. Oh, there's Juan. Look at Juan. He's a little baby. He's sleeping. He's doing a snooze. There's another one of him. There's Roxy laying on the bed. She's so cute. But there was another one that it was like Halloween. Oh, maybe it was Halloween 2019. She's in like a, forget what she was in. She's in a Halloween costume. I don't know why I don't have it. Oh, here it is. She's in a little dragon costume. Look at how heckin' adorable she is. Oh, yeah. Such a sweet doggo. Anyway, moving on. Crazy Dan for Rottweilers are great. Crazy Dave 85 says, do you think those Superman comics on Palm go really high in value? They certainly have the potential to do so. I mean, it's a very limited amount. It is the first one of those on the blockchain, although here's an argument that I don't think's ever been made yet. Well, you had, well, actually, no, it is the first time that cover is used. I was thinking of Action Comics #1, which was on Hero, still is on Hero. The Superman #1 is obviously a different cover, but the thing that I don't really understand is why make why make a cover, get the cover art, and then have to read the comic on another website? That to me doesn't make sense, and I'm not sure why they did that. There obviously had to be a reason. Like there had to be multiple people that it had to go through to say like, hey, why are we getting the cover art here and then having to read it somewhere else? Like there had to be at least one reason, if not multiple. Um, but when you have these JPEGs go for hundreds of thousands, like rocks or whatever, it's like, okay, and they're just, there's nothing about them. Of course, when you compare, Superman, where it's physical, is the most, what is like $5 million, $8 million, whatever. It's the most valuable comic like in the world. So of course its digital counterpart, when compared to random JPEGs, is gonna, yeah, you'd think that would go for a ton of money in the future because it's only 150. Most PFP projects have 10,000, like 10,000 Bored Apes, and I kind of can't tell one from the other. Yeah, there's a trait. One has glasses. One's got a chain. Whatever. The Superman one, it only had 3,000 in general, from the common to the legendary and the epic. So when you have something like that, you would have to think that that has to do at least what the other PFP projects are doing, right? You have to think that would go for well into the 5 figures, right? Like you'd have to think that. But again, if we're talking about NFTs and we're talking about the best of the best, the Veve ones are just, oh my God, so beautiful. So beautiful. And most of the mints on those are a lot less. So yeah, they're like, what was it, McLaren that Elon Musk got? Got $1 million car. There's only 500 of those in the world. Now, granted, that's a sexy car and you can drive it or whatever, but there's only 500, of those Aston Martins, 507 of those, whatever. Those are dope. And there's only one of 7 of those super secret rare. I mean, how much are those going to go for? And that's Aston Martin. That's not your like, oh, this is a Kripken. This is like a thing like, let me try. This is not a Donnie, which, the old school Powerpuff Girl fans don't even recognize or care about Donnie. This is an Aston Martin. That's a sexy car. That is a badass car that people lease those to try to get girls. They rent sexy cars so they can try to get beautiful women, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's like that, like Homeward Bound, where Peter goes to the cops, says, "Can you do anything?" And the cop's like, "You can put up flyers." Does it work? Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Anyway, so I think the Superman comics have the potential to go up in value. How did that work? I had 100 people here and now I have 64. I guess you don't like my explanation. I think they can go up in value, but if I'm being honest, if I had $10,000 and I could buy one of those epic legendaries, whatever they're called, or more Omi, I'm getting more Omi, 100,000%, 100,000%. But I would say the same with, an extra 5,000. Do I get another Veve logo, or do I get more Omi? No, extra 5,000. I'm getting more Omi. I've had my fun. I've had my fill. Yeah. Ryan says, how many Omi do you have? 145.6 million Omi. It's a ton. Drew says, are you going to participating in the rating in E2? We'll get the details at the end of the month. Yes, I cannot wait for that. It's part of the gamification. I can't wait to see if they incorporate that with drone. And you go and you're on drones and you're firing. Oh, it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. Milhams, what's cracking, buddy? Yo, what's cracking, Milham? Hope you're doing well. Hope you and Brandy Babe are doing all right. Big A says, not because I'm salty about missing out on Superman comic, because the site never gave me my buy button, but I think it just looks like boring PDF. Well, I mean the actual NFT in general, yeah, it's just the cover art. The utility is that you do get to read it, but again, it's on a different site. That's the one thing that irks me, and I'm not sure why they did that. Very curious. Crazy Dan 420 says, I love all dogs. I love most dogs. There are some dogs though that just like, and I hate to say this, some dogs, it's like, okay, lost cause, man. Like I remember my friend Mike, really good friend of mine. Like there was this pit bull that nobody could handle, nobody, and my friend Mike spent, I don't know how many weeks or months training this dog, and eventually this dog was like this guy's best friend. I don't know if that dog actually ever got rehomed or whatever. It's like, okay, you can spend all your time on training this one dog and training, but it's like, at what point are you wasting so much time and energy on this one dog when you could be helping, 6 other dogs that are really sweet and can go to a really good home? And then, what did Dr. Cox say to JD? He was like, I'm going to start focusing on people that actually want my help, newbie. You focus on the ones that you can save. I mean, for me, it's a numbers game. And again, I love all dogs. I love all animals in general. But it's like let's say if for $1,000, if I could bring my old dog back from the dead. Oh God, love my old dog. I'll get emotional if I keep talking about it. Or I could use that to buy more Omi, and then okay, let's say I have another, I don't know, what is that, like $500,000-$600,000 worth of Omi, or 600,000 Omi. At some point, that's going to be, even at 50 cents, it's $300,000. Do you know what type of good you can do for that? Like I said, if somebody said, yeah, Randy Chavez, we're going to, if somebody's like, let's say Dashi, or even like any of my really good friends that really know what to do with money and know what I would want, if they say, hey, Totodile, we're going to give you Totodile $50 million to straight up unalive the real Randy Chavez. I would listen, Totodile, you can do that, buy all the Omi you can, and then, because I'm never going to make $30 million in the next 1 year. Can I potentially, through certain things, make several $100,000? Yes, I could. But 30, like all of that, buying so much Omi, being able to make that much more money, even if you took half of it, $15 million, right? Going to a whole bunch of charities, helping a whole bunch of things, like that's just something that I just won't be able to do anytime soon. And the other 15 million going to Omi, yeah, again, for me, it's a numbers game. Anyway, getting way off the point. Moving on. Bolshevik says they're not separate. It's all on the DC3 site, cover to cover. But what I'm saying is that you get your thing and you can't like read it. You do have to go. Yeah, it's on the same site, but it's not. You don't open it. I don't know. It just seems different. It just seems weird. Big A says I've owned Ferrari, Bentley, Maserati, etc., and can say the women you can pick up because of your car are not the women you want, at least not for longer than a night. I will have to agree with you 100% there. But when we're talking about, men, again, most of the people that watch me are between 24 and 44. So when you have something like that, let's say a good 20% of the people that watch me are under the age of 30. If 1 out of every 3 men under the age of 30 are either virgins or have not done boom boom in the last year, to them, it's going to matter. I mean, to them, it's like when you were trying to buy the Reds Pikachu cards and you had to buy 5 Pokemon packs in order to get that Reds Pikachu card. And the shop owner's be like, listen, I'm out of packs. I can't sell you the packs, so you can't get the card because I'm out of packs. Do I care about those packs? No, give me 5 pieces of foil. Just give me the card. These guys, like I 100% understand where you're coming from. I'm at the point now where I'm probably never going to be in a relationship again. Because what's the point? I mean, the point is eventually, the goal of every species is to want to survive and then reproduce. But I don't want kids, and I don't want to get married because it doesn't make sense to invite the government in to have a contract where, one day I don't know, you get married and then the significant other decides, yeah, I don't want to be with you anymore. And now I'm going to take half your stuff. It's just, there's no, the return on investment for that for me is just not there. It's never going to happen. So I understand what you're saying. Like if you wanted a woman to spend the rest of your life with, find someone now when you're poor, because once you're rich, everyone's just going to want you for your money. It's like women have a hard time finding good quality dudes, because on dating apps, men swipe right. They swipe right to try to match with women most of the time. Women only swipe right, I think, like 15% of the time. Like most women are like repulsed by most men because most of us are not that good looking. And most of these women are dating the same dudes because they only want either hyper successful men or men that are very good looking, and most of us are not that. And so when you have a person that's like, again, 1 out of every 3 men under the age of 30 are either virgins or they have not made boom boom in the last year. Yeah, they're gonna rent the car and they're gonna get that woman for one night because they can, because they have no other option. I mean, I guess you do have that other option of the ladies of the night. Anyway, this is getting to a weird place. Moving on. Relatable Hustle says, if your vault value is around $3,000, would you sell a collection for OMI and start fresh at tier 1? It would depend on my goal in life. If I didn't have any OMI, I mean, it really depends. If I were to do that, so let's say your vault value is at $3,000, right? You're gonna have to put things at the floor, and people are gonna undercut you. So let's say out of the $3,000, you sell everything, in your vault, and you actually, the floors, after you undercut the floors by a bit, adds up to $2,600. And let's say 5% is between that 8.5% and 2.5%. So let's say 5% of that is taken out of that $2,600. Okay, so you're looking at another $130 taken out of that. So you're at $2,470. So $2,470. Those are after the fees, and then you have that 10% cash out rate. So minus another $240, you're at $2,200, and then after the fees, after buying Bitcoin and transferring it, and then buying the USDC and the conversion rates, let's say you're at $2,000, you're actually really only getting like 1 million OMI, because then you got to put it to a trust wallet, put it to wherever. If you have 1 million OMI, ooh. $1 million OMI can be $1 million one day if you hodl for multiple years, close to a decade than not. I mean, but again, like what is the collectibles going to do? Do you like the collectibles? I mean, it depends what your goals are. If you want to make a lot of money, yeah, sure. But then again, buying OMI and just hodling it's boring. Can't do anything. But the collectibles, on the other hand, is not boring. That is something that is, it's fun, and you can make money with it. And like, you could possibly get a drop, and it goes to, put in $7 for a comic, and suddenly it's $500, and it's like, whoa, could be dope. Oh, where was I? Zombie Attack News says, everything I got from Palm recently has gone up. Got the Harley doggy box for 34. Saw it earlier, now it's 38. Only about 5K minted. Nice. That's why I like Bat Cows. I think Bat Cows will airdrop that. It's dope. Garden says, agreed about Superman drop. I didn't go for it because different site. And then after, also don't like that there is no mint numbers. Oh yeah, that's interesting too. Chago Sola says, Randy, why hello. Ryan says, Superman 1 common, AF15 common are almost the same price, 1,200 versus 6,000 editions. Which one did you pick? It's not that I would pick one comic over the other. Physical comic, obviously Superman, but the platform does matter. There's a lot more eyes on Veve. There's a lot more money in Veve, and they'll get major market share. They'll get more market share than anyone. So I would do the AF15 not because I love Spider-Man more than Superman, although I do, and not because I think it's worth more in the real world, because it's not. A Superman comic is worth more. It's just because of the platform that it's on. It's just that simple for me. Because Infinity says, who's going to keep your OMI without kids? Most of my funds will be donated. Yeah. Big A says, value is a function of demand and scarcity. Yes, Superman is more scarce. AF15 has much more demand. Although the AF15 doesn't seem to have a lot of liquidity in Palm right now. That's also true. Oh, this is a nice 2 hours. Anyway, guys, I gotta bounce. My throat's starting to hurt. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you all for the super chats. That means so much. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I love you guys. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow. Smash the like button and subscribe.